that yes, Hidden Colors went over well in the United States, but I think it still preached to the same choir.
There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later, we'll all see who the prophet is.
Subscribe, don't desa.
Hidden Colors.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we had Tariq Nasheed over here not too long ago, and once again tying it in. How did that impact the psyche of the American public? Because how we see it, it was coming from a conscious background and been teaching this information for so many years in various different forms. It was perceived that took it to the layman, people who had never really knew anything, unless you was in certain conscious circles, But I had head teachers from schools, Black British head teachers come and say, "Have you seen that that Hidden Colors? I watched it. I've never seen something like that." Was it the same over in the United States?
Yeah. So it went through like flames in the United States. Same thing within the United States. There's a circle of people that have this knowledge, and this is the challenge right here with knowledge, that it's always a secret circle of people that have the knowledge, and they didn't ask to be secretive. It's that no one else was interested, and so they become like, you interested in it? Oh yeah, I'm interested. Oh yeah, wait. So we get together and we talk about ways to get free. There's an old saying that says, revolution only works for those that participate. We can run up and down the block yelling, revolution, let's get it, we gonna do. But if you're not gonna pick up your gun, or in this case, if you're not gonna pick up a book, if you're not gonna pick up your pad and your pen, start writing. Write your ideas down, draw a picture, something. If you're not going to begin to express your intelligence, all into this group that gets their intelligence expressed for them. That's anything from, college, employment, prison, even some aspects of family life, can slow your intellect down, where you're no longer able to express yourself. And so the majority of people are that. The 5%ers, 5% nation of gods and earths, used to have a concept called, they were the 5%, and then there was a 10%, and then there was an 85%. And the 85ers was just blind, deaf, and dumb. Today we have a 1% that we say is controlling everything, and the 99% is blind, deaf, and dumb, or at least trying to get from under this form of capitalistic oppression. And so, having secret knowledge is a curse and a blessing. It's like a handicap and an ability.
You said the red pill or the blue pill?
The red or the blue pill, the feather or the heart before my art. You always have this thing. Okay, so I say that to say that yes, Hidden Colors went over well in the United States, but I think it still preached to the same choir. Sure, it may have gotten some new cadre definitely came in. Some new people thinking, like, word, that definitely happened. But you was going to say word anyway. Same thing probably in the UK. The film comes out, more people are interested in the strip club. More people are interested in Yang Yang on TV. Who's going out with who and who did what to who. Now, so you go back and you say to yourself, what's the use in having advanced knowledge if your people remain in bondage and in ignorance? It's almost like you yourself are insane Because sanity is only a matter of group conformity. You know, there was a time in ancient Egypt, all family members could sleep with each other and have children in ancient Egypt. In other parts of the world, you could have 9 wives. In other parts, these are real. In some parts of the world, people ate locusts and bugs and couldn't. You eat meat? Oh, you eat fish? No. Why don't you get this caterpillar right here? This is what we. I mean, this. So it's like, what's crazy? What is really normal is what's normal in your society. What's normal in your group. Invading people's land was normal for Europe. It was crazy to the people that was getting invaded. So at the end of the day, it's like, if our whole community, if the African American or African Briton, if the global African is, if 95% of us are still going to remain ignorant, it only means that the 5% of us that are running around with advanced knowledge, we crazy. We're crazy according to our group of people, because our group of people are not interested in now I say that respectfully, because I don't want to say our people are not interested.
Yeah. But over time, the overall general mentality based on
the winning mentality.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm quite sure if Dr. Cornel West was walking down the street, even if you came out the strip club, you'd be like, yo, that's Dr. Cornel West right there. Yo, that's the. Or if somebody that holds knowledge, you'd be like, yo, that's so and so right there. You would recognize knowledge when you see it. But if you was left on your own to do whatever you want to do, what would you do? And this goes back to the privilege of knowledge. The privilege of knowledge is that, no, you're not crazy, because the majority of people are crazy. No, you're not crazy. Knowledge is a privilege. And so knowledge being a privilege, it's about what frequency do you naturally tune into. And it shows. It's not, you could tell me all day, yo, you can say, yo, I descend from a line of civilization builders. The people that made the pyramids, that's where I come from. Now let's take a look at your character to see if that's true. Not came out your mouth, not you claiming it. No, yo, I come from Harriet Tubman, man. If I was on the some other plantation, man, I'd be getting free. Now wait, let's look at your character. Let's take a look and see if that's truly true. Because when you get fired from your job, you was doing good on Friday, Monday, Mr. Charlie says, get out of here. It has nigger under his breath. What do?
Are you Harriet Tubman?
Are you Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner? Or are you the 400,000 others that didn't even know they were slaves? Harriet Tubman once said this. She said, they asked her in a later interview, they said, how you get so many people free? She said, I free thousands of people, and I never lost a passenger on the Underground Railroad. I could have freed more if they knew they were slaves. This last line is what just always punches me in the face. This is Harriet Tubman. She said, I could have freed more people, but they didn't know that they were slaves. Meaning she came and said, come on, it's time to get free. It was like,
leave massa. Leave massa.
I got it good here. I got it good. And McDonald's is doing good by me. It's not the best job, but at least Taco Bell is. It's not the best, but at least this driving the bus. I know I'm enslaved, but all I got to do is 3 more years. I know I got to. And we're living the same thing. So here you come with advanced knowledge. You don't think the same thing we know right now about the teachings of Kush, the brilliance of ancient Egypt, and other places in Africa like Zimbabwe and Nigeria and Mali and all up Ethiopia, up and down the coast. Okay, you don't think there was Africans that were on the plantation that knew the same thing? This knowledge that we know is 10,000 years old. So the Africans that came on the slave ship, looking at Dinky Doo, oh look, she got a white dress on. They were slaves. The dudes you never hear about, who are invisible in history. Why? Because they got away. They outsmarted the slave owner. They killed him. They were never enslaved to begin with. These people you don't hear about in history. You don't even hear about them. Nothing. Okay? It's just y'all were slaves, and this is what. So we buy into that because many of us were slaves. Like you look at it today. A good example of this, if you can go back and look at Katrina. Okay, look at the exploits of Katrina. When Hurricane Katrina came to Louisiana, Mississippi, New Orleans, really, hit that whole area. 2 weeks before the storm was coming, a storm was coming. All the meteorologists, a storm is coming. All the radar, storm is coming. This one looks big. We don't know, but it looks big. Storm's coming. 22 million people, black, Latino, white, Asian, left the city. Government said, storm coming, leave. Dudes packed up and left the city. 11 million people stayed in the city, they say. Now, and my figures could be off, but 1/3 of the population stayed in the city. The storm came, broke the levees, ripped the roofs off houses, flooded everything. People died. Now, when I saw that, I applied it to ancient history, where I said, wow, here you have the most advanced civilizations on the earth. These Africans were not playing, okay? The Dogons alone, just alone, them. Astronomy was not that. That's what they did, okay? You have the most advanced people. All through history, you hear of the seers and the priests saying, something is coming. They're going to take over the land. This is what they're going to do. And this is what's going to happen. Now, we getting up out of here, okay? All of y'all that want to come with us and be free. Because we see that we can't stay here. The oracles of Africa, the Kendakes of Africa, the oracles of Delphi, the first 2 black oracles of Delphi, African women. They said they tweeted like birds. Their language was the tweeting of birds. And then they learned Greek and they stopped tweeting. These are real people in real history. Telling you, yo, we got to get up out of here. We about to get raided. This is a storm is coming. Most of us left. A lot of us, too many of us, stayed. Oh, I don't believe them. Oh, they just preachers. Oh, blah, 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 blah. That's some old crazy lady. I'm going to say, others, I'm going to stay and fight. I'm going to defeat that demon. Who's here to fight with me? Those are all the people that stayed. The rest of us left. You could see with each invasion of Africa, you could also see that community's techniques at Stonehenge. It's all through South America, Peru, Brazil. You see ancient Nubia right there in South America. How can the pyramid there in Teotihuacan be the same identical base to the pyramids in Egypt and approximately half its size? How is that possible if these two cultures didn't at least share the same knowledge? Let's not even say they were the same people. Just they both knew the same. Ancient Africans and ancient Mayans knew the same thing. They knew the same thing. So were these people really conquered? Or did they just assimilate into who we are today? And we've always been here. amongst our people, amongst enslaved people. We're free, but we choose to come on the plantation and say, yo, listen, get out of here. You don't need to be here. And what? The majority of people say, oh, who do you think he is? Oh, he a rapper. This guy's a teacher. What do you want? I'm going down, I'm going to get a diamond ring. I'm going to buy a new jacket. I'm going to eat tonight. I don't even want to think about that. I don't want to think about that because that's interfering with the fantasy that I want to live in.
Bro.
And that's how they got us. That's how the Europeans came through. The priests of Africa were never conquered. Mm-hmm. Do you realize they just moved? Do you realize that the crown that's depicted, the Egypt, we're talking about Egypt, ancient Egypt, middle, and when Rome was, Greek and Rome was occupying it, and Persia before that. Mm-hmm. On the walls of Egyptian tombs, temples, whatever you want to call them in that sense, and Egyptian reliefs, the pharaoh is wearing a crown, a distinct crown. Yeah. Okay, the crown was never found. Mummification techniques. What we know the Egyptians for, we know the Egyptians for their mummification. That they and by the way, the Mayans mummified. They're dead the same, just like the Egyptians as well, just on another level. But the Egyptians mummified. There's stories and books done on this. None of the techniques for mummification have ever been found. No written papyrus for the technique. The building of the pyramids. You say they're in Egypt, they're right there. But no. First of all, no pharaoh's names appear on the pyramids. And how the pyramids were built is still a mystery to this day. Egypt wrote down everything. Okay? Everything Egypt did, it did a picture of it, wrote it down. But the mummification techniques for eternal life, how you build the pyramids and the pharaoh's crown, never found to this day. Say back on the scene, it's me, masterful MC, and now you'll see. I mean, the rappers can't hang with me. Knowledge from supreme. If you don't know what that is, you must enter the temple. Open your mental, learning essential. Don't be afraid to dream. Never ever doubt this. No, it's not about Chris. Learn more about this underground hip hop scene. Check for the classical rap. Masterful MC and blasting them back. I'm masking up a whole deep trap. Check the mathematical rap, a highly tactical, dramatical rap. KRS ONE, I'm a classical cat. But that fact you already know. Come on now, watch how I'm ripping this block. Lyrical prop, loud and shout. Oh man, they too slow. What does all of this mean for sure? Rappers ain't microphone thieves no more. They don't believe no more. We've all been deceived for sure. Them really, horse to the company, all up in the money tree. Rock, country, KRS ONE the MC. Take this and keep this. Fear is a weakness. Never ever speak this. The truth shall set you free. Blast! Y'all want some more? Go!
It's Swiss.
My name is JJ Polar.
This is Shakara.
Isis Star. My name is Empress Amani.
What's up? It's the world changer McKellamine, and you're locked on to Got Kush.
Got Kush.
Got Kush.
Got Kush.
Got Kush TV, the conscious platform for all conscious people. Stay tuned.
There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later, we'll all see who the prophet is.
Subscribe. Don't listen.